So, if you disagree, with my point of view, it's totally okay. Or if you agree as well, you can let me know in the comments. I'm actually really curious to hear from people agreeing or disagreeing, to get to know people's opinion about this subject. Makes me very interested. I'm not sure if there's a right or wrong point of view in life. I think we all come from different backgrounds, and what you may think is right, I may think is wrong. Right? Okay. By the way, it's really late at night, and you're in my Barbie house. Yes, you are in my Barbie house. Can you tell? These are the walls. Okay, so it's pretty much incomplete. It's just like these plasticky cups and cubes that make this very, I think it is very relaxing sound. I really hope my microphone were to be very expensive and good, because I think this may not sound as satisfying in camera as in real life. The better the microphone, the better the sound. But I'm gonna try my best. So here I go. So for a while now, I think life has taught me a very important, whether it has told me something important or it has just made me realize it, or it has brought it to my attention. But I don't think it's anything for me to ignore, and that is there's a lot of rich people. Obviously, supposedly it's only 1% sure about that, but there are a lot of rich people, mostly in LA. And some of these people, if not all, are not only rude and kind of stupid, but also they're just evil. They're not good people. And the reason why I think that is not only because, well, it's kind of obvious, I think that the more money you have, the more you do not know about the most, how to survive. For example, like if you were born being rich, you're not gonna know really what it is to struggle. If you never saw your mom, your dad struggling, you're never gonna know what that is. So many kids that are born rich they just grew up not even imagining what it is to be poor. And some of these kids that they grew up to be adults were just born rich. They didn't work hard to get to be rich. They usually just, their parents were rich, or their great grandparents were rich. So I think life has brought me, I've been having situations in which I know about these people. What there is, because someone that I know works for someone who's rich, or I have met them somewhere. But all of these people, all of the rich people I ever met, all of them are pretty fucked. They're really not okay. They're not good people. Not only, and I think I'm just repeating myself here, but they are rude and they treat their employees like they're not even human, like they're beneath them, like anything that they need, it does not matter. And I've seen this happening many times with different people. So I've been questioning, is everyone who's rich evil and stupid? Like, is everyone who's rich evil and stupid? That's pretty much what I've been wondering for a while now. If we can obviously dive really deep into this conversation and stay up until 3 a.m. in the morning, which I wouldn't mind, but let's just make it short. And one of my experiences with rich people is through a family member. So this family member, which I won't mention because they sign like a NDI. So this family member works for somebody really rich, and they have mansions, and they throw away, I'm not kidding, they throw away Gucci stuff, like what you wish you could afford, what I wish I could afford. What your favorite rapper? My favorite rapper is always buying Gucci. I have to buy Gucci. They throw away Gucci, literally, and it's not like all Gucci. It's just they're so rich. Chicks, they're so rich, right? They can afford to throw away Gucci that they no longer want. And here comes another subject I want to hit. When you think about yourself, do you think you're poor? Do you consider yourself a poor person? The answer is no. Let me just give you a little bit of my opinion on that. Someone who's homeless and they don't have a home, and they don't have a car, and then sometimes when they have food to eat or shoes to wear, you will consider them really poor, and you're like, I am not poor because I have a home or I have a car. But just think about this. These people are so damn rich that they can have 25 mansions around the world. They can buy anything. Even people, their pride, their well-being, their silence. They can get away with many things. I think most common people like you and me, we cannot even imagine how rich some people are, how powerful and rich they are, and we don't really think about it. But when you compare yourself, a regular person, to how rich they are, then you realize you're very poor. And yeah, so here goes another question of mine. Do you think it's okay that some people are so rich and some others are so poor? Do you think that's okay? I don't think so. Also, if you say, well, just because some people are very rich doesn't mean they're evil, doesn't mean they're bad. Think about this. If you have $9 billion, $8 billion, you're that rich, and there's people, they don't really give their money away. They give their money to themselves and to their families, which is themselves. Do you think you're a good person if you're like hoarding money? You have more money than people on this earth. If you were to give just half of your richness, just half, you still be very rich, and you later will end war hunger. You end war hunger, and you don't. How are you a good person? I'm sorry, but I don't think that is a good person. I don't care if it's your favorite politician or your favorite musician. I don't care if you're that rich and you're giving the money to yourself or your family. You're not a good person. I could never do that. I mean, if I had that much money, I will give it away. Of course I will enjoy it. Of course I will help my family and my friends and you guys. But there's a certain amount of money that I feel like, okay, I don't need it. I don't need that much. I'm gonna give half to people that need it, to good people, to animals, to cats that are suffering, to dogs, to the dolphins that are dying in the ocean because it's so polluted. And these people, they throw 3 pennies to the poor just to save on taxes. I'm sorry, but I will never think rich people are good people, ever. And I may be wrong. There's gotta be someone good, but I have not met them. Again, I'm not bragging that I met rich people. In the contrary, it has been awful to meet rich people. They don't treat you like you're human. So, anyways, guys, these are my thoughts about rich people. I know it's a lot more complex than what I am making it. You know, there's so many other branches about it, but it's supposed to be a short video, so I don't want to make it too long. So I'm just gonna put the pieces back. I think I was not able to get the sound of these things. I'm not sure. I found this so relaxing when I was playing with it earlier, but I feel like whether I make the sound too loud or make it just gonna get the pieces back in the box. And if you have your own opinion upon the subject, let me know. I'm really curious to know. Again, it's a very complex subject. It's not easy just to talk about it in one video, but I hope you're having a nice night, and I will see you in the next video. Look at my ugly nails.